So if you have any doubt regarding this application and web-based email services, so you can ask. Otherwise, I will proceed to the next topic.
Sir, explain once. Yesterday I was not.
Hmm. So who will explain?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, now you ask the question now. What is that receiving? Sir, receiving messages and recipient one, then which topic it is? I'm not getting in the book.
Actually, I was explaining about this application or client-based email. So when you are setting up this application-based email, so you will need these four things: username, password, email address, POP3 server address, and SMTP server address. So here comes these two terms: POP3 server address and SMTP server address. So regarding these two terms, I was explaining recipient and senders. Okay. So
Okay,
I'm
sir.
going to explain one more time. For example, sender is using uh, Gmail. So here I'm writing Gmail. Okay. And receiver is using this Yahoo. So using means na.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Means the sender is having his or her email account on Gmail server. Okay, and the receiver has his or her email account on Yahoo server. Okay, then sender is sending some message or email to the receiver. So first message will go to the Gmail server. Okay, first message will go to the Gmail server. Then Gmail server will locate the receiver's address on the Yahoo server. Okay. Then Gmail server locates the address of receiver's email ID on Yahoo server. So in this way, this message sent by the sender will jump from one server to another server. So here two servers are involved. One here is the Gmail server and another is Yahoo server. So Gmail server has also some address. So that address is known as SMTP server in case if sender is sending the message. And in case of receiver, so this message will be transferred to the receiver's computer or smartphone using this POP3 protocol. So the server at receiver's side, that address has its POP3 server address. What happened?
Nothing, sir.
Means if anyone is sending email, so it is done by the SMTP protocol, and that protocol is there at the SMTP server, means the receiver, the server of the sender. Okay, and if someone is receiving email, so at that time POP3 protocol is active there, and this server has got address POP3 server address. So these two addresses are needed while setting up your application or client based email. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now next is your structure of an email message. So all of you know now how to create email account.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So simply you can open your web browser, and if you want to create your email account on Gmail server, so just search a Gmail account, and I think this will load my email ID. Mail. So no problem. So here you can see create your Google account. Yeah. So here you have to fill a certain information, and then you will be able to create a new account. So here you have to fill your first name, last name, and username. So username should be unique on this Gmail server. Means no two users can get the same username. Okay, then you have to fill password, and again you have to confirm it. Then after clicking on next, you might have to go put your phone number sometimes in order to verify your account, and then you will easily create your own Gmail account. Okay, I think everyone know about this.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
So now if you have Gmail account, so you can use the email services from the Gmail account, and while you are sending any email message, so you will get these things in your email message, or while you are typing the email message. So the first field you will get there is from. So this field actually contains the email address of the sender of the mail. Means if you are receiving any email message, so in the from field you can find the sender's email address. Next is to. So this field contains the email address of the recipients. So I'm going to show this. So just look. So if you open your Gmail account on web browser in computer or in desktop format, you will get a window like this. So here these are the list of email messages received by me, and here you can see a compose button. So click on this compose button to send email to any other email ID. So here you can see in a two. So here in two, you can type the email address of the recipients. So there is, I think, no limit for the number of recipients. Okay. So just you can type the email address, and apart from two, there are two other options also, and these are CC and BCC. CC means carbon copy and BCC means blind carbon copy. Okay. So according to email etiquettes, the main recipient we should put in two field. Means if we have to send the same message to multiple persons, so out of those persons which are main persons, okay, so we should type the email address of the main recipients in two field, and next we can type in carbon copy field, and there is slight difference in between carbon copy and blind carbon copy. So just come here and just read. See. So in two, this field contains the email address of recipients. According to email etiquette, it contains main recipient addresses. Okay. Next is carbon copy. So this CC field is used to refer to the concept of the carbon copy, as it sends additional copies of a single email to one or more recipients. Means this field is used to send the same message to other recipients as well. And email etiquette says that the people you keep in carbon copy field are not expected to take any action or reply to the message. Understood this thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Means if you are putting recipient address in two field, so it means those persons are actually the main person for receiving the message. And CC means these persons are non-significant persons, means they are not intended to reply for your email message, but they should be informed about this particular message. Okay, next one is BCC. BCC means blind carbon copy. So just see here, it sends copies of the email to multiple recipients, means the same as carbon copy. The only difference being that none of the recipients are made aware of who else has received the email. Means if you mention a recipient address in BCC field, means none of them will come to know about other persons. Means other person, those who are receiving this same message. If you mention all those addresses in blind carbon copy field. But in case of CC, if you mention 5 email addresses here, so in that case, all 5 persons will know about other 4 persons, those who are receiving this same message. But in case of BCC, they will not know who are the other people receiving the same message. Understood?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Means if you have a certain concern about the privacy, means you don't want to let people know about others, then you can mention the email addresses of those people in BCC, means blind carbon copy. But if there is no concern of privacy risk, then you can mention in CC also. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
any question?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, next is your subject field. So in subject field, we can just fill the purpose of our email message. So it is just like in application, we mention the subject of application. Na? So in email, this same field is used for that purpose. Means for which purpose we are writing the email message, so we can fill the purpose there in subject field. Next is your body. So this whole area is body. So here in this area, we have to type our main message or text message, whatever we want to send through this email. Okay. Now
Okay,
below
sir.
you can see different buttons are here. So here are the formatting options, and this one is for attaching files. Means if you want to attach one or more media files like image, audio clip, video clip, or any other compressed file, so you can use this attach file button. So if you click on this button, so you will get this file navigation window, and from here you can choose whatever the file you want to attach. Okay, means if you attach here one file, so that file will be sent to the recipients as attachments. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, sir.
So can we attach zip files?
Yes, you can attach zip files. You cannot attach, I think, softwares. So if you want to send software, so better you compress that file using zip or RAR, whatever you want, and then you can send the file. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir, this attachment did not understand.
Attachment. Okay. So I'm going to show. Let me see. Okay, for example, if I want to send this PDF file, okay, so I can use this attachment. So in downloads folder, this is certificate 5, open it. So now you can see this file is now attached with this email. Okay, so here I'll type the text message what I want to send, and along with that text message, this is certificate 5.pdf file will also go along with this email. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But there is a limit on the size of attachment. Okay. Previously it was about 15 MB, means maximum you can send 15 MB files along with the attachment. Okay. Do you all know about compressed file or file compression?
Zip file, no?
Zip file.
Yes, sir.
For what purpose we use?
So if there is no space and we want to free up the space, so we can zip the file.
Yes, sir. So you can use file compression application software to reduce the size of your file. Okay, means you will not lose the original content in your file, but that software will able to compress that file to reduce its size. Okay, so if you want to send an attachment but it is extending the limit of size, so you can simply compress that file and then you can send that file in attachment. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we can decrease the video and audio also.
Don't expect for actually compression work better in document file, not in audio video file. Okay, it can
Okay, sir.
decrease the size but not at a very much extent. Okay, so don't think about that it will decrease the size up to 50% or 20%. It will reduce size very slightly in case of multimedia. Okay.
Okay.
So
Question.
yes.
So what is done while zipping that means compressing that size get reduced?
Many algorithms are there actually for compressing file. For example, each file that we are interacting in computer are stored in form of 1 and 0. Na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So means if we have a document file, it means in computer's memory, that document file will be like this, a set of ones and zeros like this, no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So just see, for example, if here you can see how many zeros are here selected. So 3, 3, 6, 1, 7. No? So
Yes.
instead of writing 7 times 0, we can simply choose a technique to represent this 7 times 0. Means the same the technique should be like this, that we don't have to write 7 times 0. Means we can represent this same thing uh, with less number of bits. Here in this case, you can see so many zeros are there, means more than 7 zeros. So we can apply a technique that we need not to write this much times 0, but to represent these same zeros with limited digits or limited bits, you can say. So this thing happens in case of compressing files by any software. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For example, in a scientific notation in mathematics, we have given this number 124,900 like this. I can reduce it like this. So how can you represent in this same number in scientific notation?
So 1.2 into 10 to the power the 12, 10 to the power 12.
12 or 11?
Sir, 11.
Yeah, it is 11. So
11.
1.2 into means now we have to store how many characters if we are writing this same number like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, only 8 times 8 digits we have to write if we are representing this same number like this.
Yes, sir.
But before, how many digits are there
So 12.
in original number? 12 digits
12.
are there. No? Means this technique can be used for reducing the uh, size or not.
Yes, sir.
So this type of several algorithms are there followed by actually those softwares for compressing those files. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So here you can see several other buttons are there. For example, this is sent button. So if I click on this sent buttons, I'll get my all emails that I had sent before. Next one is draft. So draft is used to store those email messages. Those are not sent yet. Means you can type your email message and then you can save it for sending in future purpose. Okay. So those messages you can view in drafts. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This one you can see primary, social, promotions. So these are the three category of email messages. Means primary means these messages are received from a specific website. Means there is no particular category here. Next one is social, means from the all social media platforms. Those email messages I'm receiving, I can view it in social section. And in promotions, those email messages are displayed, uh, which are only meant for promoting certain product. Means uh, advertisement email messages I can see in promotions section. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
can these two sections will be filled when you register your email ID on any social media platform or in different websites for getting their services, because many times we have to create a user account on different website for getting their services. So once you give your email ID there, so they will start sending you junk mail or spam messages. So these two sections will be filled there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. So you can see there's no junk message section here or spam section, because I have not registered this email ID on any uh, social media or any random website. Okay, so just to be cautious while putting your email ID on any random website, because they will use for them also, or they sell your email ID also to different platforms. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Okay then. Uh, that's all for today.